Oh my goodness. What was that?
How do you podcast?
Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. Oh no, we're not doing music. Oh, just like any other stream, I always think about that I gotta put music on, but we're not doing that anymore, are we?
You just feel a need to overproduce everything, don't you?
I do. I really, really do.
You're like the Phil Spector of virtual production.
Well, virtual production is kind of a new thing in the past few years because you have to produce virtually.
Oh God, I got a topic I'm really excited to talk about.
Are you really? Oh, okay, great. Well, hold on. So I'm gonna tell everybody that we're live in our Discord, which, by the way, is where a place where everybody should be.
By the way, everyone, join our Discord while we warm up this podcast a little bit here.
Yep, I'm going here. We're live. Boom. And I'm kind of just telling the world about us that we're live in Discord.
God, so. I can't wait to cut this out.
No, this is the best part.
This is the best one.
I don't know about that. Did we confirm or deny that Snake is an entire leg from our last stream? Which, by the way, we discovered was how long ago? Sorry?
Almost a month.
A month ago. Okay, we got to do better.
Do better.
Do better. To hearken? Do better. Do better.
Hearken.
Was a snake a leg? Did we discover... It was pretty divisive within people that I knew whether or not a snake was entirely one leg or not.
Right.
A leg.
So someone was like, "Hey, do you just lay your leg on the ground and slither with it?"
That's weird.
It's like, well, no, then it's not a leg. It doesn't work like a leg.
Does it have to have a foot?
Oh, is there a foot? No, there's no foot. It's this little. It goes to a point. There's no foot. It's basically a pirate's peg leg.
The peg leg is not the pirate. Okay, I vibe with that.
It's just the leg.
Okay,
all one leg. God, how weird is that?
Working 9 to 5 in a world so alive. Two friends in the office talking jive. They love the pop culture. It was their obsession. So they teamed up, had a brand new mission. Started a podcast, just like a dream. Talking sitcoms, movies, and all things extreme. From Star Wars to the A-Team, they covered it all. Their conversations. Random talkers that chatter all day. Diving deep into topics in a fun and crazy way. In the office or on their ways, they spread the cheer with their podcast. They had nothing to fear.
Wow, what an intro. What an intro.
It's backwards.
Oh,
hey,
God.
buddy.
You can't just refer to this. I will say that after finding out about all the record companies suing AI for making those songs,
Yeah,
it sounds our intro song sounds eerily like Mr. Sheeran there, like a little higher pitched, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay. The least you say, the better, if you could, please.
I suppose just keep it on the DL.
Keep it on the DL. That's it, please.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Danny.
Hey,
This
and
is
I'm
the voice
PJ.
of Danny, and
Yeah.
that's PJ.
I'm PJ. Wow. The voice you're hearing right now is PJ.
You gotta give me a little second to
Oh, I'm sorry.
breathe
Restart.
here. Jeez.
Restart. Go for it. Go.
No, we're keeping this in. I'm Danny, and this is PJ.
And I'm PJ.
And with me is
as always.
I was supposed to prop you up.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I stepped on your toes there.
I just try so hard for you.
I know. I thought we were going to try to be witty. It's, hey, everybody, I'm Danny. Hey, everybody, I'm PJ. Let's go.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we were talking about how, before we started, about how it's been so long since we had a podcast, but God, we've been busy.
Yes.
We've been busy. We've been talking. We saw each other. Spending $37 on pizza slices and just
we did. $37 for 2 pieces of pizza and 2 canned carbonated beverages.
If you needed proof inflation was real,
right?
4 slices of pizza.
It was 4. That's right.
At a like what we weren't in like we weren't in the Comicon. We weren't in the con.
We weren't in Beverly Hills.
We weren't in Beverly Hills. We weren't like stuck where we were. There was other places we could have ate.
Yeah.
But there's still like nah. We got the
Primo
pigeonhole on $500 slices of pizza.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a wild ride!
Do you remember the time when it was dollar pizza? $1 got you a slice of pizza, and
$1.
There's a place in Vancouver that when we first moved there that it was $1 pizza, and I just remember me handing the guy like a $20 bill, and he put the 20 in his pocket, and then gave me like $19 out of the till, and I just like it was just such a small mom and pop shop that
wow,
like all the money was going in his pocket anyways, literally in his pocket.
He was like, I'm rich now. This guy paid me $20 for one slice of pizza. I'm out of here. I'm retired.
Yeah, he's like, imagine a time when pizza could be $20 a slice. Spoilers, 1 decade. That's all it required.
I think New York was like $3, and then like the high, like the more popular places were like $5 for a slice, which is
for one slice.
It's a lot of money. Yeah, I mean they're big slices, but that's.
Didn't we price that like 8 slices of pizza as a quote unquote large pizza was only $30?
Right. Yeah. Somewhere the math is wrong. I haven't decided. Is this podcast the podcast where we name and shame companies that rip us off?
No, we don't do that. We don't do that. There'll be a time. There'll be a time, boys. Yeah. There'll be a time. Don't get on our bad sides. We got a Trello board going, and we're gonna add to it.
We're gonna call them specifically for enemies.
Shame.
I don't know.
It's a shame board. Yeah.
Yeah, I can think of a few enemies we've created just since the time we've started live streaming and podcasting. I can think of a few enemies.
Can you really?
I can. Yeah.
Now I'm all intrigued.
Obviously, I can't.
Wait a minute. Are they the enemy? Like, are we the enemy to them? Like, are people seething behind our back? Or
I think there's a couple people that was that in our beginnings. I don't remember, that are still probably very unhappy with us, if they even remember who we are.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Anyway, you had to be there,
dude. I know exactly who you're talking about. That's really funny.
But
no,
what did we get up
nobodies.
to?
What
did we get up to the last month here? Well, regale us. Here,
okay, we went to the old spaghetti factory and spent over $100 on beef dip and pasta.
Okay, so we're right into this. So, I was telling Emily about Old Spaghetti Factory because we were just like driving in the car, I think on the way back from Vernon this weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like talking about Old Spaghetti Factory, and she's like, well, why would you guys go there? And I was like, I don't know. We're with like a 12-year-old kid. We just have to roll with it here. And
wait a minute, but we got to clarify. My niece, Mags, by the way, was visiting us for that weekend. We didn't have a random 12-year-old child.
We didn't just pick up a rando.
Not at all. Not that weekend. We had Mags flew to Kelowna to join us for Kelowna Comicon. So she was in tow.
Right. Yeah.
She was in tow. Go for it.
But anyway, I was telling Emily about this Old Spaghetti Factory, and she agreed with the adults don't eat pasta for lunch. She agreed. Okay. And then, I know we've been together long enough where we're in sync, but I started describing my beef dip, and I was like, it didn't like taste and function wise, it was fine. But I was like, the problem I had, and I was sort of like, I don't know if this is a real hoity-toity thing or I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but I said the beef dip came on a normal round hamburger bun. And Emily just freaked out.
Yeah.
She's like, what?
That's not a beef dip.
How dare you?
Yeah. Does it have...
It's a downgrade. It's a downgrade.
Is it now? It's got to come on a ciabatta? Or does it got to come on like a... I don't know what type of bun now that I think about it. What is it typically? Like a
I think with the beef dip,
a baguette? Need something, half a baguette?
You need something that holds its shape even when wet. I think is the deal. I think that's the trick.
That's pretty good. It's got a whole shape. So what does it actually arrive in? I was trying to think deliver. What is it delivered?
How is it delivered? I don't know. Yeah.
What is a beef dip? Whoever's listening to this is probably yelling it out loud right now. Beef dip bun.
It's usually like a French roll, I think.
French
Like a
dip sandwiches cooking.
Yeah, because it's like a French dip. Yeah, it's like a French roll. So the
Okay.
outside is hard, but then you soak the.
That's why I was
inside of the
thinking
breads.
ciabatta is what I was thinking about.
I mean, ciabatta's a great choice.
But not a bun, not a hamburger bun. I feel that.
Right. It needs. I feel like it needs to be lengthwise,
Look, I have
hot
to.
dog style.
Yeah, hot dog. Okay, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of don't care if we offend, but yeah, Old Spaghetti Factory was underwhelming, super underwhelming,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Except for that spumoni, baby.
Well, okay, if you're going to spend over $100 spumoni, come on, it kind of goes without saying.
Spumoni.
Yeah, but like, I hadn't been there in like years and decades or more
Right,
since I've been
yeah.
there, and it was pasta. Spoilers, it was pasta.
Yeah, it was all right. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, for going out for us, I think I've said this many times, but like, generally, it's not white people food. I can do that.
What
I
do you
can
mean?
do it.
Yeah.
Like pasta, I can do that. I can do
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah.
It's great. So we try to, when we go out, we tend to want to we crave something a little bit more exotic than going to get crappy
Well done.
Alfredo from a chain restaurant. You know what I mean? Like,
100% I feel that. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. You want to go to get Costco glizzies. That's what you want to get.
Costco
100%.
glizzies, yeah.
Right?
Actually, we went there not long ago because we are. I don't know, but I don't want to speak for you, but
Yeah.
we are not privileged people that can afford to pay for the privilege to shop somewhere. We can't do that. We
I
don't
do
that.
appreciate the vocabulary, and we do. Ugh.
Oh,
We're privileged. We're privileged.
Wow,
We're
privileged.
Costco privileged. Costco privileged.
Costco privilege. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we went there with Emily's mom, and we had dinner there, and
Is that me?
I don't know.
There's a truck outside. Sorry.
So like the hot dog is obviously the $1.50 deal or whatever, even in Canadian funds, which is pretty wild. But I got a poutine with it, and I was like, oh, we'll each get one because it's probably tiny for $5, and it was the most cheese I've ever seen in my.
It is huge.
Like, it was so much cheese, and I ate it like I was going out of style, and I was starving to death. I was just, oh, give me this cheese.
Ooh, there's
So
Starbucks
much.
Starbucks. There's Costco hacks where people are mixing stuff like poutine with the glizzy with a pizza slice. Like it's like the original Caesars, like the stacking them up for $8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like
It's
that.
worth it though. But the poutine, I haven't had
Like,
it,
you
but I heard it's a ridiculous amount of cheese.
You could take the hot dog and put the curds on the dog,
You have my attention.
and you're like a fancy whistle dog kind of situation here. A French whistle dog, as they say.
Yeah.
Mix and
That-
match.
That beef dip. That's a beef dip.
That's a beef dip.
Yep. I'm sure there's a website dedicated to it. So
Yep.
So you enjoyed the poutine, and did you eat it all, or did you put some in your pocket in your fanny pack and then take it home?
I ate it like it was my last meal on earth. I ate it as fast and as hard as I can.
Like you were in prison? You were just
Yeah. Just ate it like no shame. Just yeah.
no shame.
That's what it sounded like.
And then you look over at somebody else and they're doing the same thing, and you're like, dude, I get it, man.
The cheese won't be any better than it is now. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Did you know you can get two at twice the price?
Twice the
Because you're
price.
supposed to, because you're supposed to double fist glizzes from there, bro. If you get one hot dog a week, you got to double it up. Here's the twist, though, which, because I'm a card carrier, I know these things. That whenever I ask for 2 hot dogs, they always give me 2 drinks. Because $1.50 gets you a drink and a hot dog.
I was gonna ask this.
That's right. So it's almost offensive to not take the extra cup, which I just turn around and hand to somebody randomly. Here you go.
Oh wow, you just pass it back?
I pass it back. Yeah. Am I Robin Hood? Yes. Am I a hero? I'm going to put philanthropist on my LinkedIn page because I give away my extra drink from Costco to the person behind
That's
me.
incredible. That's incredible. You're a hero among men.
I know.
Wow.
I don't deserve the praise that I'm getting, but I'll take it.
Sometimes you just got to give it to someone.
Look, I can double cup. I can be arrogant and walk around with a double cup, and somebody will go, "Oh my god, that guy's double cupping." But I know you take it out, hand it to the person behind.
You're like,
they feel like
I need a double cup. My hands are so cold.
Yeah, exactly.
This delicious
All
pop
this
is too
beautiful,
cold.
exactly. Build this Pepsi. I hand it off to a fellow bearder. Maybe I'll look at them eyeball and go, "Hey, you just get a poutine. Don't get a drink. The drink is covered, brother. I got you." And I take it over to them. I hand them the drink, and then I feel like I did something in the world.
Wow, that's nice. That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That
And
reminds me.
then I show them just under my shirt is a cape. And I'm like, I wear this. all day.
While not all heroes wear capes, I
But
wear
this-
capes.
This one does, though. Yeah,
Yeah,
this one
yeah.
does too.
It
Nice.
reminds me of a story. We went to Cancun once when we were I don't know how old I was. I was pretty young. I think I still worked at Walmart. We went to Cancun and it was during spring break. It was like the craziest time of year to go to Cancun. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
And we went to I think it was St. Patrick's Day. Yes, it was St. Patrick's Day. Excuse me. And we're on the only St. Patrick's bar in Cancun at the time was like Patty O'Brien's or whatever it is. And they
Classic.
had this giant deck bar in the back that was just packed full of people, just packed.
Okay.
And we go up to the bar, and it was like like most of the time, the bad service is like overblown in Mexico when people are like, "Oh, the service is bad unless you tip them." You know, the classic like tale your dad would say, "Oh, you
heard
gotta
that.
tip them.
Yeah.
You gotta tip them or they won't serve you at all." That's not the case in Mexico at all.
Okay.
Like the service is amazing. They want you to be happy, so
Sure.
you do tip them.
Yeah.
But this bar was so busy that the bartender was flat out ignoring us. We were just there's like hundreds of people around us crowding this bar, and we're right against the bar. He's ignoring us. He's not serving us beers. And it was like
So you're sitting there with nothing but peanuts?
it was like a flat fee bar. So like you just have to walk up and ask for a drink and go. So he's
What?
not giving
That
us
sounds
anything.
great, but also I get it now.
And
Okay.
so one of us, I don't remember who the hero was, but just flat out gave him $20 US.
Yeah.
And it was like a machine started, and he's like, "Okay, boss." And he just started pouring beers, but he would like once we got beers, he wouldn't stop pouring them for us. It was like he was like a conveyor belt of beers, just passing and passing and passing them to us until we each had like 3 each, and we're like holding them like this, and we don't know what to do. So we're just passing them backwards to people.
Yeah.
And he's just pouring. He's just sitting right next to us. He's just pouring beers, and we're like passing them back, and we don't know what to do because we literally can't hold more than 3 each.
That's
And
amazing.
he was just like, it was like you pay. You know, like when you pay, I can't remember, like a vending machine, and it just keeps
Yes.
going and going and going.
Yes.
That's what this man was. He was just like, $20
Done.
gets you 200 beers or something.
Yeah.
He's like,
You
yeah,
had
it
full
was really
attention,
funny.
but you were handing them all back.
Yeah, he was just like a robot. Just like, dude, well, you give me $20, that means you get 50 beers. It was just crazy. It was just so outrageous. But we were heroes at that moment. We were just passing them back, and we're like, "Take it, man, just take it." And people like wigged out, like, "What do you mean giving me a beer?" It's like, "Just take it, go."
Don't
And
complain.
everybody's like, "Woo, woo, woo." And that's my story.
Man. That's a great story. That's a great story. You've unlocked how to get premium service in another country, I guess, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
But you did it for everybody else. You didn't do it just for you.
exactly.
That's the important part of
We
this
were
story.
just so thirsty that we needed it.
You're such a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cancun.
Yeah.
2005. I don't know what year it was. It was a long time ago now.
It's probably 2005. Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That was a wild night.
Oh, okay.
They would also have like hard liquor on the tables at this open
What?
bar thing.
Like you
It was
could
just-
do
it
your
was
own
just-
shots of Jaeger?
Because it was like you paid $60 and you had like a little section at the table, and then someone was helping you and they're expecting tips. So you're sort of hanging around this table, and they give you like full bottles of crappy liquor or whatever, and then they give you juice or something like that.
Just as a mixer?
And we were like drinking it all night, and our buddy Matt was like, "God, this orange juice tastes like crap." And we're like, "Dude, it's pineapple juice." It's just like, I was like, So we were, as you can imagine, we were pretty blasted. But yeah, it was like, man, this orange juice tastes like crap. Yeah,
Put it in pineapple.
it's
I thought maybe it just sat out too long. Oh, disgusting.
Yeah.
Quick side, I think there's people moving around outside. Once in a
nice.
while, there's somebody's dragging dead bodies or something just outside my window.
I get it.
I should ask if they need help. I've hidden a few.
Oh, wow.
So Spaghetti Factory.
Spaghetti Factory.
What were we doing that weekend though? To harken back.
We were at Kelowna Comicon.
We were at Kelowna.
Mags flew in. I flew up.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a Kelowna Comicon where we hosted the main stage. Got to meet some pretty cool guests and had some Q&As with David Soboloff of Transformers fame.
True.
Bunch of, what do you call it, anime voice actors as well.
Lots of anime voice actors.
Lots of anime, just characters.
Yeah. It was
Talented
specifically people. There was a lot of voice actors this season. This year.
Yeah.
At Kelowna Comicon. But we hosted the main stage. You're absolutely right. And while we were hosting, Mags was entering into raffles.
Yes.
And she won 2 raffles on the Sunday.
That was pretty funny because she was
hilarious.
Like, she came into the weekend and she was like, hey, she's like, my mom gave me X amount of dollars, but I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to spend it because I want to buy an iPad. She's like, I'm learning the value of money. And she specifically said, I'm learning the value of money. And by not spending it, I know that I can buy an iPad later on if I save up. I was like, God, who is this kid? Who is this?
Yep.
Me being like, you're so smart. And then it took 24 hours of her being there.
She bought some 3D printed
gambling
things
with the money.
Exactly. Yep.
How far are we falling, Mags? You're gambling.
You're gambling. She was like, yeah, but it's 3 tickets for $5. So she spent $10. She got like 6 tickets for $10, and she bought some 3D printed stuff, which I have to admit, it was so
Very
cool.
cool.
I bought it as well. But yeah, and then she ended up winning 2 out of the maybe 10 prizes. I don't know.
Yeah, she killed it. Yeah.
So she put all down on red and won. Roulette style. Yeah. That was a roulette joke.
Roulette. Roulette?
Roulette.
Is it roulette?
Rowlett.
Rowlett.
That's how you say Rowlett. Yeah, Rowlett.
Yeah, it's just funny. It was just funny just watching this kid be like, oh, I'm going to buy an iPad too. I'm gambling. I'm gambling with my money.
And
it's
it
for
worked.
a good cause. And it paid off. Now she's imbued with confidence.
Yeah.
Now she's going to be like, oh, maybe the casino would work out. The house doesn't always win those places, right?
No. The chances are good.
Chances are good.
Good.
They wouldn't try to take my money, would they?
No, they would never. They're happy breaking even. Breaking even. Oh my God, I can't say that. Is it dumb that when I saw her pull up with all the 2 huge bags full of stuff, my first thought was, none of that's going to fit in your luggage. I get to keep some of that.
so what is that? Pragmatic? Is that just so practical? Just like, you're not going to fit that in your luggage.
You got no check luggage, kiddo. Most of that's not going to go, so I get to keep some of that, obviously.
Yeah.
And spoilers, that's exactly how it played out.
Yeah.
We got to keep a few things here, and she's like, "Oh, a gift for Aunt Tanya, a gift for you," and I'm like, "No, that's not a gift. That's called you just can't take it with you, so it's mine."
Right. That's trash, basically.
It's trash. She's trying to be a philanthropist, just like we are.
Right.
And maybe now that I think about it, it does make sense. Okay. She's a philanthropist too. She's part of the team, so she's a philanthropist. She gave away. Okay, I'll default to that.
You can share philanthropy.
You can.
Right. You can share it.
And take credit for it.
Of course. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
So we had a great time. I don't forget, but certainly it always dawns on me by the time we're done that that event in particular, I don't know. I don't know if it's because they make us feel like we belong, but I'm just like, at the end of it, I'm like, God damn, these are my people.
Totally.
I identify with everyone. They're all weird. Don't get me wrong, but when you go to the bigger events like Fan Expo and stuff like that, they're cool, but you're really more like someone who's there.
Yeah.
Whereas Kelowna Comicon, you're part of the fun.
I think you said it right. It's our people, like weird, impulsive. Like, look, I'm gonna bring it up. One of my two favorite parts of the entire weekend was when you and I said, "Don't roll a 1" or rolling a 1. I can't even explain the context of it, but I just thought you and I, the same words came out of our mouth during that intro, and you and I were in sync, and it was absolutely amazing. That number one, but the impulsiveness and the weirdness, like during the lip sync contest, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, tell people what you did.
I was getting pretty bored, so I was getting a little riled up. I don't actually. Bored isn't fair. I was getting like I needed to like shake it up.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
needed to zhuzh. Yeah. And oh, what did I do? I was thinking about okay, what would be like something awkward we could do. I was like, okay, what you could ask someone to come do a lip sync battle with no music, and then it's just some goof like dancing and mouthing stuff on the stage. That's funny to me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get a volunteer from the audience, and that could have crashed and burned so bad.
Let's be clear.
Like,
we had there was probably about, I want to say at least 50 to 100 people in the audience, maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
100, yeah.
100 people easily in the audience, and you're right. That could have crashed. Everybody showed up for lip sync. They wanted to see people on stage with music being played and their favorite cosplayer or whoever on stage lip syncing to that song and them cheering.
Yeah.
And your idea was very much the opposite.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I was sort of like, and this is where the life lessons you learn as a kid don't apply.
Okay.
This is where you got to judge books by their covers here. Come on.
True.
So I'm looking out in the audience I have not given any detail of what they're going to do. I just asked, is there a volunteer? I think we even prefaced it being like, we're going to do something weird.
Yep.
And this kid had just like the smile and he had like a smirk to his like look to him. I was like, yeah, that's the kid. Yeah.
Right at the back. He was right at the back. He was back row, bro. Yeah.
And this kid, Sebastian, just like did it.
Yeah.
He's like,
he came up and you explained it to him after he was up on the stage. And he didn't hesitate. He was like, done. And
he's like, I'm in.
This kid started just mouthing the words to a song and dancing on stage while the entire area of the stage was like pin drop quiet. Nothing. Yeah. And it was so awkward.
Oh my God.
And so hilarious at the same time.
And we were
like, he committed.
Call out what you think he's singing. And people are like, Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh my God.
I'll be honest, I don't even know the song. What was the song?
It was some anime song. I'm not sure.
I feel like it was the theme.
He
to, like,
sung it after
Pokemon. So that was the thing. You were like, "Hey, dude, sing it," and he did full voice.
No, he was like, he was like, "Can I sing it?"
Oh,
and we're like, and I'm like, "Sure." He just starts like American Idol style, like acapellaing this song, and it was pretty damn good.
It was great.
Good.
It was great. When we got off the stage, like you were like, "Great job, dude!" Like, and he left. I went up to Rose afterwards, one of the coordinators, and I was like, "Do you have something I can give this kid? I got to give him a shirt. I got to give him something as a prize." And so we whipped together a little prize thing for him, and he was super grateful about that, and it was really good.
That's cool.
But it illustrates, to go back to what you were saying, like that kid is the right amount of like he fit our vibe, right?
Right.
That's our room full of our vibe people, right?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was really funny. That was one of the highlights of the weekend.
I know I've said this many times to you, but my biggest disappointment is you were playing that D&D. You were playing the D&D thing, and it was good, but it was like time to leave. It was like everybody was like, you could just feel it in the air. It's like, okay, this has run its course. So I went over the what are they called? Ascalon Academy?
Ascalon Academy, yeah, which is, they're awesome. They teach you swordplay. They're great.
Frickin' Murdoch. He was impressed that I remembered his name, by the way.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And I was like, Murdoch, look, can you just like interrupt this D&D session with like a sword fight?
Yes.
And he was so freaking polite about it. He was like, no. He's like, no, it's their time. I don't want to encroach on their time. I was like, no, it's cool. Like, we're the boss. Like, we're the boss of the stage. We can do anything we want. And I was like, these guys are boring. Get them off there. Yeah. I was like, just like interrupt it and fight a little bit. Is there a safety issue there? He's like, no, I just don't feel comfortable doing it. And I'm like,
oh,
Murdoch, you're so righteous and nice.
He was too nice.
Champ.
Yeah. We just need somebody to just be on the edge of like, yeah, you know what? I do want to just totally fuck something up. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go. Yeah.
So shout out to Ascalon Academy. If you are in the, what do you call that place? Interior of Kelowna? The interior?
In the Okanagan?
If you're in the Okanagan, that's it.
Which they are, yeah.
They do sword lessons. And
Absolutely.
it's cool and fun. You did it not last year, but the year before.
We both did it, as a matter of fact.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That was really fun to learn how to use like full weighted swords. That was
Right. Yeah.
bonkers. High respect for that. That's really cool. So yeah, Ascalon was awesome.
So props to those guys for not taking the bait, I suppose. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that went on Kelowna Comicon. It's a great event. If you're listening now on our podcast, it's in Kelowna. If you didn't catch that,
in the Okanagan.
It's in the Okanagan
Of Canada.
What is it? Yeah, it's in Canada of the Okanagan.
I heard it, the Okanagan referred to as the Okanagan.
The Okanagan.
The Okanagan Valley.
I like that.
I do.
Okanagan.
Yeah, I'm trying to incorporate it a little bit more. The Okanagan.
It was taken over by the Irish at one point. And
Probably.
Like, it's the Okanagans.
Okanagan.
The Okanagans. Yeah.
Kelowna in Okanagan. Yeah, it's a good con. It happens every single year. Every year. Except for last year, because there was fires in Kelowna. So it got postponed.
Yeah.
Until this.
But I'm certainly glad Mags was able to come out this year.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in and you've never heard of this person, this is a 12-year-old niece who's I can't say she's the third Retrologist because we got Dan. Dan's an important part of the team.
True.
He's like three. He and her are tied for
close
third.
thirds.
Let's go that. Close thirds.
We're all okay. There's no number system, because if there was a number system, are you one or am I one, or what's?
We're both number one.
That's the thing. So they are number two is kind of what it is. They are number two.
Then the next tier down.
True. Then they're the beginning of the next tier is Dan and Mags. But Mags hosts Mario Kart streams with us every Sunday, so she's a bit of a celebrity enough that when she showed up to the con, there were some people that wanted to meet her, and that's pretty cool.
There you go.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yep. It was fun. It was fun hanging out with a 12-year-old and like seeing where like the limits of comprehension of sarcasm she has.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? Like
that's good.
Like there, you can be sarcastic with her, but there's like a certain point you push the sarcasm where she's like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? She doesn't respond to it. She's like like that whole like like I was like when we were like, what do you want for dinner? And she's like, ice cream. And then afterwards I'm like poking her. I'm like, when are we gonna go get real dinner now? And she's like, well, I don't understand. Like, what?
Oh yeah.
Like, no, I was like, no, Mags, adults need to have real food for dinner. And she's like, what? I love ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny to see. I mean, she'll be a sarcastic piece of crap like us in no time, but
no doubt
she's still a little
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's safe. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you and I, at least we can do like movie references all the time, or like we've got our go-to, whether it's Step Brothers or whatever. Like when we hear a quote, we're on it.
Right.
And she probably felt out of the loop on that. She's like, what are these two old boys talking about?
Right.
What are you laughing at? It's not that funny.
It's also, I'm sure it's a learning curve for her because like, I'm sure she's not around adults who are sarcastic with every single thing they say out of their mouth.
That's
like
true.
I from what I've met of your sister, I'm sure she can dish it.
True.
You know what I mean? Like
it's a family trait. Yes.
Yeah. But I'm sure at one point she's like, no, Max, you need to eat your vegetables or something like that.
Yes.
Whereas we're like, eat your vegetables. We don't give a crap.
Yeah.
Go
Whatever. Well, I think that was the deal when she showed up. I just wanted to be like cool uncle. And you're, for that matter, you're cool uncle as well. But we were just like, oh, you just want ice cream for dinner? Done. Ice cream's fine. Done. You do you. Like, oh, you. She wanted to try lots of things, and then she never finished eating it ever. Right? She did it pretty consistent.
We're so upset all the time of us wasting food. Jesus.
Yeah, because her eyes are bigger than her belly. She'd be like, "Oh, Don, I'll get this large pizza for myself," and I'm like, "You're gonna take 3 bites. Come on."
Right.
And then nothing, absolutely nothing. That soup
What
she got it from the spaghetti factory. She's like, oh, this is going to be great. Slurp, slurp. No, I'm done. That's it. And she's like 3/4 of the pasta. She like, no, she wanted to try a whole bunch of things, which I admire. I super admire her wanting to try lots of things. But the old finishing game, done. Yeah.
I feel like that's a new thing because it wasn't last year when she was with us. She was like, I eat cheese pizza. Go screw yourself. I'm pretty, like, I don't think she was very adventurous. She certainly didn't want to have the horchata.
Right. Now she did say that she wanted to try a lot more things. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who is this? She's growing up.
She's all grown up.
So fast.
I'm so proud of her. She flew on her own. It was a big deal. It was a big deal.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Kelowna Comicon.
A lot of fun.
If Patrick is listening, thank you for having us.
Yes.
That's it.
That was a lot of fun and familiar faces, and it just feels like kind of like NAMM. You just see all the same faces again, and you're like, oh my God, great to see you. Big hugs.
Right.
And then you and I are like, okay, we're just going to be on the main stage and pick up the microphone randomly and talk to people.
Yeah.
Now, a small feather in our hat, or it could be a large feather. Oh, really loud outside. Hold on 1 second. Can everybody be quiet outside? No.
Get out of here, you monkeys.
I'm gonna close this.
Get out of here.
I closed a window. Squeaky chair.
We have the same
Oh my God, that's so
model
much
chair,
better.
and it's so squeaky.
It is very
So
squeaky.
squeaky.
Wait, what was I about to say? I've already forgotten.
Oh, it's gone. Yep. Anyway. That's it.
Show's over, folks.
Yeah. Wow. He
Oh, shit,
finally
what was I gonna
figured
say?
it out. He finally lost the words
I do.
to say.
I've already forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, well.
Anyway, Kelowna Comicon was
Nice.
great. Thank you for listening. Now on to the real show, the real shebang. Sorry, my phone is like, hey, signal.
Oh, yeah, that's true. On to the show. That was a good recap of some fun times. Love it. Yes.
Right.
Cool.
So if you're listening for this to the first time, we do in-person events. It's fun, but you, dear listener, are important to us as well. So what do we have to talk about today? What's the jim jam zoom, as they say?
I don't know. Do you have something specific that you have in mind?
Okay, I'll talk about...
last time you had a thing. I've got a couple topics that are kind of important to me that I do want to bring up, but we can we can hit those when we do. But go for it.
I do want to cover one thing that I just thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Okay. Let me decide if it was funny.
I unfortunately we have to reference a video, so forgive me if I get the facts wrong or whatever. So I'm like vaguely interested in politics. I think I'm interested in to the point where, like I have to be just so I can vote with confidence and understand how what the world is going on. That's about as deep into politics
surface
I am.
level.
Surface level, just to understand how the world is working. So I was kind of watching a little bit of the like U.S. presidential election news, a little bit of the thing.
No, we're going into this, dude.
I don't want to get too political because regardless of the affiliation of party this person has, it's hilarious to me. So like we've been streaming on Twitch for quite a while, and I have to be honest, I don't identify as a live streamer.
Totally.
I do like the concept of what a lot of live streamers do. I'm excited to talk to you about this.
Okay.
I do think like one of the things we do best is like seeing something visually and commenting on it, and that's a big thing what live streamers do is they watch a video and they comment on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know exactly all the whole details because I'm not super into U.S. politics, but the debate they had was between the Republican and the Democratic guy. CNN, they had a debate, and there's lots of news behind it. We're not talking about
who are those guys.
I don't even really want to mention them. But this is the funny thing.
Cool.
So, like I said, as a Twitch streamer, that's what you do a lot of times is you like live comment on on videos and stuff like that, and it's fun. And I've always like never identified as a Twitch streamer. I've always felt a little old to do that.
Sure.
But Robert F. Kennedy, who's one of the guys who I think he's running as a third party or something like that.
Okay.
There's a video of him watching the live stream of the debate.
Yeah.
Pausing it and then answering the question as if he's in the debate.
Oh no!
It's
Oh
really
no!
it's really cringy. Like it's like I don't know. It was like I don't know if they think they're being approachable by doing this like Twitch style or whatever. But
Sure.
basically, it's like he's like sitting there like awkwardly listening to the debate on this live stream or whatever. He's just sitting there, standing like nodding, listening to the two debaters talk
On Twitch.
I don't know what. I'm
So
sure it's
some
YouTube.
platform. Okay, good. Yeah.
And then he pauses it before they answer, and then he answers, and it's just like the funniest.
Oh no!
Like boomeriest, like.
What I would do is
Totally,
I
it was like watching the uncool kid or whoever's been labeled as the uncool kid try to like fake his way into the cool kid crowd. It's really fascinating to watch. I watched about a half an hour of it. It was just so cringy.
You should drop that in Discord. You should 100%
It's like
drop that.
It's like you're not part of this conversation, but you're like forcing yourself to be part of it. It's just like really weird.
But I guess why not? Like we have such a focus on the other two situations. Why wasn't that situation included in the fun? Because it's less entertaining.
I think that's the problem with U.S. politics is it's very much like
cool guy club.
Well, they are not a two-party system, but they are because the two parties are so big.
Yeah.
That you know what I mean? Like
they don't have a green party.
It works. Yeah. So a lot of people feel that not voting for one of those two parties is like throwing away a vote, which is common in Canadian politics as well.
True. Yeah.
But it's just like it's really funny. I thought it was hilarious, and it was really like made me feel better about live streaming on Twitch because this guy is obviously far older than me, and he's like trying to be cool, and I'm like, well, I'm cooler than that guy, so win.
Theoretically, but how many viewers did he have at the time, and how was chat responding? I guess
that I didn't look at. I didn't watch it. I was watching on my TV, so I didn't have chat open. But that might have been a missed opportunity there.
But I think that would be probably the most entertaining part about it is actually like, are they loyal fans of him in chat, or was it other people going in for the train wreck?
Well, he certainly wasn't acknowledging chat. Hey, Johnny.
Pre-recorded, son.
Johnny Scuba Doob, thanks for the follow.
Oh, that's awesome. Remember to hit that subscribe button. You can use your Amazon and support my election.
He was he had like a 17-year-old guy on the side being like, you gotta call out, you gotta say thanks for the sub. He's like, oh, we have a hype train.
Hype train. Be sure to mention Hucktow. Loriander is in chat. Hey, Loriander, good to see you in chat. Nice.
Anyway, I didn't want to get too political, but I did find that very funny. He was just literally you're watching an old man watch two guys on TV debate and then pause it and then
interject.
Talk. It was really funny. I thought it was very funny.
That's Robert F. Kennedy?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. And I think he's I don't know.
Kennedy.
Might be bad. I'm not sure.
He might be bad? Well, he's certainly not in the top two.
He's not great. Not great.
He's not you or me, but he's in the he's in the Dan and Mags category, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's a very quick 2 and 3.
He's a very quick 2 or 3.
That sounds about right.
Oh man. But he didn't say anything about the Tuah girl.
Yeah.
I did read before we started, I did read an article about how the two guys who filmed her are like pissed off that they're not famous as well.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like, come on, guys. Like,
okay, well, let's talk about this a tiny bit because that fame is blown out. I don't want to say out of proportion, but it is. For those who don't know, Hucktow, if that's not in your feed at all, then you don't exist on social media. I do
really love how fast memes spread now.
Yes.
Holy crap.
She was not prepared. So did you see what her fame has done over the past 2 days in particular?
Well, I know she's got a manager.
She was on stage with some country artist.
Luke Bryan. He's not just some country artist.
He's just some country artist. I'm not a country fan, but I'm not listening to country music on a regular basis. But the part I thought about was when you and I were having this discussion weeks ago, like a week ago or so ago, about how the best thing she could do is never say those words ever again, like hold it close
We did,
to
didn't
you.
we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were like, if she never says it again, that's the best marketing she could possibly do, or it's going to get dead really quick, right?
Or like, don't give it away. Don't give it away
Yes.
too easy.
Exactly.
Don't go on stage being like, spit all that. Yeah, come on.
And she did during
Yeah,
that
she's-
Luke Wilson show, or whoever that guy is. The first
I
thing
was
she
gonna
went
say
up to
Brian Wilson, but
Brian Wilson.
Luke Bryan. That's it.
Yeah. Brian Wilson.
Sorry, you were gonna say?
Luke Bryan. She was at the Luke Bryan show, and she went up to the microphone and yelled it in front of like 50,000 people. And right as I saw that clip on TikTok, I was like, "Oh my God, Danny's right. It's done. It's done. I don't care anymore." And then Barstool did a whole interview with her, trying to like behind the scenes of whatever. And what you were saying is that she got elevated to stardom so quick that I'm looking at these YouTube videos or like TikTok clips, and for some reason in my head I feel like I'm watching a celebrity, but I'm not. It's just a normal girl. It's just a normal person that just said some dumb shit, right?
Right. She's just a like, not to be mean, but she's just like a dumb kid. I think.
Totally.
She's, like early 20s. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sure, but she's not. She just said something. Nobody knows anything more about her. Nobody knows. So this is where Barstool was like, let's get to know Hokta girl. Let's get to know her. Spoilers. She's just a normal kid, just working and trying to live her life and just do her thing. There's nothing brutally, with all due respect, special to her. But she said some weird things, and now she's like, I'm moving to LA I've been offered all these different things. And I'm like,
Yeah.
holy cow.
I mean,
That fame came so quick.
like, this is the thing, is like the way Hollywood works is that if she does something and gets an opportunity in something and isn't horrible, she's done. She's good. You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe.
like Hollywood is very much it's not a merit-based organization. You know what I mean? Like, it's very much who you know, and very nepotism rife with nepotism, I think is the word.
I hear that.
So like if she does something and gets an opportunity from this and is not like,
Yep.
she's in. So
But there's a
all
place.
she has to
There's a
do is
place for
pick-
that other thing too, though. But yeah.
Sure, I'll Hawk Tui.
Yeah. If she's not Hoktuan, yeah.
So I mean, I'm kind of, envious is not the right word, but like happy for her. This person
Totally.
I don't know. Sure, like getting a leg up.
She's
Get
getting
manage-
a
get some
snake
management,
up. Single
I see
snake.
she's got some pro pictures up there. She's got management. She's got a website
Right.
now.
Does she?
It's called 16minutes.life, which I guess she's referring to her more
She's-
than 15 minutes.
She's
Is
done
that
more
the
than
idea?
15 minutes. The good call.
And she's
That's
got merch.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is going to be her next thing? Like, even Dragon's Den is like, you can't go to... You got to have more than one SKU there, folks. You got to have
Totally,
more than
yeah.
one thing. So what's her second thing? And it might be underwhelming. But if all these people are going to throw millions at her, does she have a second thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be super surprising. But that fame is very interesting to me, just as a general psychological conversation of how people can say something interesting. Oh, no, just say something, be rocketed to stardom, and now we somehow see them as a celebrity,
It's weird, yeah.
right?
She's going to get like called out on the street stuff.
She's not going to be able to like go grocery shop. Hokta, I say Hokta. She's like, oh, I don't want to say that anymore. Oh my
That's
God.
what I mean. You can't give it away.
No.
You definitely don't give it away for free.
She's
You know
gonna.
what I mean?
She is going to give it away for free, 100%, and it's going to get overblown, big time.
Right. I do like how she's already like calling out fake merch on her socials.
Yes.
She's already like, we've got merch, so all you guys who are selling merch that's not authorized, get out of here. I need to make
doesn't
my
matter.
buck. I think she's even be pretty open about it. She's like, yeah.
But
I need to
dude,
make my
I think about this. Somebody clip that and was influential enough to get it just wildfire-y. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
put a flame in it. And how do I say this? How do you spell T-A-U, T-E-A-U? How are they spelling it?
I think it's HAWK
Yeah,
TUAH.
totally. Who started spelling it that way? Like, who was the first person
The
to
internet.
post that? And I'm like, that's the person that created the brand, created absolutely everything.
Yeah, I
You know?
suppose.
But and then that spread, and there's somebody in the world right now going, dude, I was the first person to comment that. Holy cow!
Yeah, but do you own that?
Well, that's
I guess
the
you
thing.
could own that phrase. Although
No.
there's like empirical evidence of her saying it first. How is it how it's spelled? I'm not sure.
I would think so, especially when we're talking about merch, and that's my point.
Merch.
Like she doesn't. Did she copyright the words in that order said out loud? But when it comes to spelling, well, I could just change the spelling. That's no big deal.
I suppose, yeah. But there's no value in the words if it's not associated with the meme, I suppose.
Very true. Yeah. It just has to associate or allude to. If I spelled it differently, T-E-A-U, I guess, and I just put it in there, somebody's going to know what I mean, and that's funny enough, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
If you gotta ask, it's not funny, I think.
I guess you're right.
Am I cool? Yeah. If you gotta
No, you're
ask.
not. Spoilers.
If you
you're
gotta
not.
ask. You're not cool.
Not cool.
But yeah,
Okay,
more
yeah.
power to her, you know? Sure.
Yeah.
I
Well,
definitely
yeah.
the cringe that I feel is like and I think this is a little bit of a learning moment for like my social media is that like trending things do pop up quite a bit on social media where
Mhm.
like I just thumbs up. Like like there's a trend right now like an audio trend where like it's just like a beep or something like that.
Okay.
Like it's like a 1 second. Like I did it on our social to try it because I didn't want to do it on mine.
Thanks for
It's
that.
just like it's just like a muffled sound for a second and then it just loops.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like a viral TikTok and Instagram trend right now.
because it's going
huge.
to elevate views because it's on
Yeah.
repeat views, right? Yes.
But my issue with that is that it's not the algorithm is not pushing it based on the merit of the content.
Agreed.
So what value is it even if it went viral and brought you people, maybe 1% of those people, maybe 0.5% of those people that you get from follows from that
Mm-hmm.
are even going to be interested in the niche that you serve, right?
Here's the twist. We just learned from John Instagram that Johnny Instagram. He said that followers mean nothing now.
Oh, he didn't say that. No.
Yep.
No.
No, he did.
He said that. No.
Why are you correcting me on that? No.
Because he's corrected himself and said,
Oh, did he? Okay.
of course,
okay.
followers matter. They
Okay.
don't follow like
Not
they
they,
don't
it's
follow
not
as-
weighed as much now as it used to, I guess.
right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The
I like how you're like, oh no. Oh
yeah. Well, I mean, the power of the follower is that what it does is it shows. Traditionally, the Instagram algorithm specifically works where it would show a percentage of your followers, your content, and then if it's good, it will continue to show more, and then it will also bring outside followers in.
Sure.
So like
Yep.
if you look at
Similar
our metrics,
content.
if you look at our metrics in the very beginning of the video, it's all of our followers who've seen it, like the percentage.
Yes.
And then if it reaches 400 views or something like that, then you'll start to see that like swing the other way and more non-followers are seeing it. So that's the way they like see if the content is good, is if the followers that you have are going nice and like commenting on watching it or whatever.
Okay, I hear
and
that.
then-
Yeah.
Yeah. But apparently they're changing it where they're going to show your followers, like the pool it first shows people is not going to be just followers anymore. So
Okay.
that's
that makes
why
much more
followers
sense to me.
matter less.
Got
right?
100% then.
But
And
it's
that's
still
maybe
very
the gray
much
area that I was listening to. Yes.
Yeah, and it's still very much important to have followers because like stories are follower only, right? So you
Correct.
need to there's reasons to have followers, but yeah, you are right partially. Right?
I hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, social media is probably evil, I assume.
Trash. Anyways, it's fine.
It's probably evil. Yeah.
Probably people should just listen to podcasts. It's fine. That's where you get all your
Just
information.
just listen to visual podcasts.
Yep.
On Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yeah.
Nice.
The one thing I brought up last stream, was just something about the are there more arms in the world, or sorry, are there more eyes in the world, or are there more legs in the world? Is that what it was? Yeah, that's what it was.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And ChatGPT said legs?
I think ChatGPT said legs. That's right. Wow. Because of the snakes. Because of the snakes.
Because of the snakes. There's so many legs just slithering around out there. Yeah.
Just one leg is the snake. But I keep coming across these funny like TikToks where people are asking questions to each other, and I'm like, God, those are great questions enough that I kind of want to ask a couple here as well, and then maybe credit those places. But I was watching Bad Friends podcast. They're hilarious, by the way. And and somebody said a date. Like, if I were to just give you a random date in time, could you tell me if it was any day of the week, like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday? What? So if I were just to say randomly, like, I don't know, March 31st, 1952. Is what day of the week is that?
March 31st, 1952. That was a Wednesday.
Let's see. Is it? Oh my God, this will be so amazing if it is 1952.
I mean, I'm sure there's like savants out there that can like do the math.
That's what they were doing. So on the pod, they were actually like just making fun of a situation like that where somebody can actually do it, and then like the hosts were doing it totally off, not even close. And
yeah, right. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like you'd have to know the math behind how many days,
So
how many times it shifts forward. I guess.
But you really got a 1 in 7 chance. What date do you think that is? It was a Wednesday. It's a Monday. It's a Monday.
Oh, damn.
So close.
I hate the Mondays.
Okay, give me a date and then we'll move on. Yeah.
Wow. June 15th, 1987.
June 15th, 1987. I'm not pressing go.
Saturday.
You think it's a Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's a Saturday. It's cool.
My gut actually said Wednesday as well.
Ooh, wow.
My gut said Wednesday. So you think it's a Saturday? 1987. What happened on June 15th, 1987? Would you say it was Saturday? I said Wednesday. Monday. Yeah.
Case of the Mondays.
It's case of the Monday. Anyways, I just wanted to play that with you. I thought that was fun.
Quite the game. Wow. Yeah.
It was not that exciting, but I thought it was really funny when they did it.
I mean, those guys are lewd. Those guys are
lewd.
Yeah. But I mean, like that type of math, I've never been very strong with. Like,
right?
Thinking that way, you'd have to have such a good memory of like dates.
But also leap years.
Leap years. Why do they even exist?
When did days of the week even begin?
I don't know. Like, oh man,
I've never thought about that.
I guess you don't even really know what date it is.
Like if I go back to like the 1300s or the 1200s,
right?
Are they just like, it's just another day that we're not dead? So no, or are they like today's Monday?
Right? Yeah, they just picked a day to track. They're just like, today's Monday.
Yeah, right.
And then they just started. They had to have, right?
And then they'd walk past people. Today's Monday, by the way. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't
spread the word.
I don't care.
Starting
that
today,
Monday.
January 1st.
Did you hear that yesterday was Monday? I don't know what that means. What does Monday mean? I don't know.
Monday.
When did days of the week begin?
I feel like we're like playing into like super ignorant levels. Like I'm sure a scientist who's listening, because we have lots of scientists who listen to this podcast, they're like, yeah, we figured out the day 2,000 years ago by looking at the way the sun winked at you and on this particular hour.
What it is, the Greek.
And then we're like, yeah, well, of course, it only winks on the first Monday of
I hear
the
that.
summer solstice.
But
something like that.
who brought it all together enough that everybody just agreed that it's a Wednesday?
I think, is it a Gregorian calendar? Isn't that what it's called?
It's a Gregorian?
Greg. It was Greg. Dude,
Gregory Orion. He came up with it.
Thanks,
Gregory
Greg.
Orion in the Roman Empire. Beginning either with the Sunday or Monday, 7-day was adopted by early Christianity from the Hebrew calendar. Yeah, sure, this is how it was all adapted, but like,
How did I know?
I want to know who brought it all together, like time, like Alexander Graham Bell. It was not Alexander Graham Bell. Who brought together and just agreed that this is what time it is now, and all the time zones, right?
Yeah. It has to be a bit of a guess, can it?
Well, maybe, but there's got to be timepieces. There's got to be some type of like going to City Hall and go, sir, what day is it today? Oh, today's obviously Monday.
Right. Yeah.
If I go to the next town over there, they're going to say Monday. Oh, yeah, they'll say it's Monday. What if I travel for 3 days to the east? What day is it? It should be Monday.
Right.
And if it isn't, can you tell them it's Monday?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
In time zones. Oh my God. How do they agree on that? They're like, no, we're 12 o'clock. No, we're 12 o'clock.
We're 12 o'clock.
You're 8 hours behind us.
I'm already in bed, sir.
We're the boss of you.
Well, when did they wouldn't really be able to talk to each other, I guess.
Right. They didn't have the internet.
They
They didn't
not
have
have the
ICQ yet.
spoilers. They didn't have ICQ.
They might have BBS. back
MSN
then.
Messenger. Nope. They didn't have any of that stuff. They had horses with birds with little messages inside their legs.
We were watching I think The House of the Dragon.
Yep.
And they always talk about like going long distances, right? They're like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna go to Driftmark or whatever. Driftmark, Johnny Blackthorn. I gotta go to Driftmark.
Blackthorn.
And they always do it on the back of a horse.
Yep.
But could you imagine trotting on a horse for like 8 hours a day, just like trotting like
For
that?
weeks, for like
You'd have brain
days.
scramblies.
Oh
How
my
do you not
God.
die.
Your genitals are getting crushed. Like that's a
The
bad
joints.
idea. I had an uncle who drove his motorcycle. Wait, do you drive a motorcycle? You ride a
You
motorcycle.
ride it. You ride.
He
it.
rode his motorcycle from all the way across Canada out to Vancouver with
the
a
way?
friend. Yep, all the way on his motorcycle, and he regretted it. He wanted to sell his biker. He wanted to sell his
Yeah,
bike and fly back.
He's like, my bum hurts.
Yep, absolutely. That amount of time just sitting on your digital horse is brutal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Digital horse.
It shakes your nethers.
Really, very true.
Shakes them.
So sitting on a horse, pop, 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 nonstop for 8 hours straight. Oh my God, no!
Right. Yeah.
You
how
do
they
got
that?
stirrups now that I think about it, but your muscles, your calves would be on fire.
So are you fighting the bounce with your stirrups? Is that
They're
the
your
idea?
suspension, I guess. Your legs is just look. I don't know anything about horse riding or whatever. What's the term for horse riding?
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Correct. Correct. Yep, that's what it is.
A horse, ride a cowboy. Yeah, that's it.
That was a song that Huck came out and announced from Brian Wilson.
From Brian Wilson.
Brian.
Welcome to Hot Tub Girl. What's your name? We don't care.
No, your suspension is your legs,
Like
and you're doing that for like 8 hours straight, and then you decide, oh, I guess this is a good place to stop and not get mauled by a bear.
I suppose we're doing the horse probably a dirty by assuming we would ride him for 8 hours. That's a long time for a horse, I bet.
That's true. You have to have a lot of apples in your pocket to like feed it on a Friday.
Right.
That's where they get you, by the way.
That's where they get you.
Horses get
Apples.
You have to feed horses apples, from what I understand.
Carrots. They like carrots.
They do, and peanut butter if you want to see them comically talk.
Money's head. Wow.
But riding a horse for those amount of hours, would you typically, like, how long do horses last on? This is a weird question, but would they?
How long do horses last?
Yeah.
How many miles you get on a horse?
That's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
literally what I'm trying to go with. How many miles can you get out of a horse before it's just like, I'm done?
I'm pooched.
It's not the years, it's the mileage, for sure. How many miles do you get out of a horse before it is like you got to shoot it? And then you just got to find another horse. The reason why I asked this is because I'm in the middle of playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
Wow, segue.
Yes.
We've reached the gaming segment of the podcast, everyone. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. So Red Dead.
You're
Anyway,
playing.
I don't have anything heavy to report. I'm probably about 20 hours in. Red Dead is great.
20 hours in.
20 hours in. Red Dead Redemption is great. It's been a busy month, as we've been commenting earlier on, so I have not been playing it.
I have to admit,
Yes.
I've neglected my Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Okay.
And I just logged on maybe for half an hour the other night.
Yeah.
And I remember I was stuck on that Fort Condor crap.
What's the Fort Condor part?
Did you not do that?
I did it all. I completed
live
the entire
action
game.
game when you get transported into the game and you have to do some bullshit ass tower defense game or something like that.
That was fun.
That was trash. It was so hard.
I won it easy. Are you saying that that I'm better than you? You're saying that 100%. Yeah.
I had to put it down to easy mode, and then I had to try for like another hour.
Oh wait, backpedal. You're not playing that game on easy mode?
No, I'm cool.
Okay, calm down. No, we talked about this on stream. Everybody who's listening to this, if you're just trying to show off, if you're not putting games on easy mode, just easy mode it. Just play the game. Enjoy it.
I am enjoying it. It's fun. I'll enjoy the challenge.
No, you're hating it right now. Just
No.
put it to easy mode. Play the game.
It's like these game companies. They're like, yeah, we need to make an RPG. Well, what do you have in RPG? Okay. Well, RPG is super simple. You have a super complicated system to upgrade your stuff that we'll have to explain a million times. Okay, yeah, check. Okay, is there a dog or a cat in there? Okay, yep. Make sure you need to be able to pet the dog or the cat. You need to be able to pet that.
Or a
And
chocobo.
they're like, oh well, we need to add more time to the game so people don't feel ripped off. What do we do? Oh, let's add a card game.
Oh.
Every RPG has a card game, and then like, it's always this different rules.
Yeah.
So I got through the first card game, and then I looked it up, and it was like, you don't have to do this anymore, I don't think, or it's
Nope.
like
I
functionally, yeah. Like
Yep.
after a certain point, it's like, okay, you're done.
There was only
But
one
then this
part in the
other
game
game-
where it was you had to do it in order to
Right.
move forward.
Yeah.
And then once you did that, the end, you never need to do it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then this Fort Condor thing shows up, and I literally, it's like sucking me into this. I'm like, oh my God, is this another card game?
Yeah.
But no, it's like a tower defense
Yeah.
turn by turn thing. And it was not good. It was not good.
Okay.
Not good.
I thought it was fun. I thought the graphics in that section was pretty cool.
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, that's like the retro graphics of the original game, right? It's just funny when they're like, oh yeah, we need to add time. We need to get the time out of these people by adding weird card games and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, just stop.
Yeah, it's much like farming or like crafting, that type of thing. Like it's really
Fishing.
just fishing. Ugh,
Gotta have
exactly.
a fishing game.
The Red Dead Redemption. I'm fishing in that. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh, that's a good fishing simulator. Whew, that's a good
Is it
one.
really? No, it's not.
That's a great one. Yeah. Good one.
No, I don't enjoy
Good
that at all.
fish. You catching lunkers. Yep.
I don't know what that means.
Lunkers. You know.
Oh.
Lunkers.
Oh.
Like hunks, but lunks.
Understood.
Got it.
No,
We have we were like a second hand that we just get each other. Yeah.
it's not fun. Okay, so that's Final Fantasy is your game. Hey, listener, what are you playing? Tell us in Discord because we want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm
Do you
gonna
want to
beat
know
this.
something? Sorry,
Oh, I love to know that. Yeah.
can I tell you this? I am a 47-year-old man. I was going to make up a name or a age, but it doesn't matter. And I still don't know the difference between inquire and choir.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Right? Anytime I want to use the word, I start writing it and then I'm like, nah, I just need information or I'll change the sentence. That is a word that I will change the sentence to different words to avoid using that word. Inquire
That's a tough
or
one, yeah.
inquire.
I have no idea. It's like affect and effect.
Exactly. Same thing.
Toughies.
Exact same thing.
Real toughies. English. Yeah, I don't. What does inquire mean? Inquire is like, oh, I'm asking a question. I'm inquiring about this.
No, because what about the National Enquirer? They're nationally inquiring.
Is it the same? I'm Googling
Anybody
that.
who's listening to this is probably yelling out loud what the difference is if you're driving your car right now.
Oh wow, the word enquire means to ask a general question, but both formally and informally. While inquire is a much more formal request for information. So an inquiry is like a government thing.
If I'm inquiring about how cool you are versus I'm inquiring that you're cool. No, what? I don't know what.
That's trippy.
Okay.
I'm
Well, I'm really happy that I'm not the only person with this problem, though.
Here's one that I realized the other day. I think I saw something. I shouldn't say I realized. I shouldn't take credit for this.
Sure.
But okay, so how do you spell color?
Oh, COLOUR, because we're in Canadian.
Okay, all right. So how do you spell colorize?
COLOURIZE?
So
I'm guessing?
if you were to spell colorize in the US, it would be COLORIZE.
Of course.
If you were to spell colorize in England, it's COLOURISE.
What?
But in Canada, you would spell it with a Z. It's a specifically Canadian thing because ours is a mucky muck of both languages.
We're big idiots.
We're big idiots. So yeah, we don't use color. We use color eyes.
I have to admit.
COLOURIZE.
Sometimes when I'm writing, I let my Canadian show, and I try to hide it. Because I hate seeing the red line underneath words that I spell that I know are right. They're just Canadian, and Excel or whatever is just telling me, by the way, I'm an American program, just so you know. Right. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. And I'm like, ignore. But seeing those red lines below, I'm like, enough.
Well,
I'm sure there's a way of defeating that. Sorry, but
if they did that in French Canadian, they'd be suing Microsoft over there in Quebec. They'd be like, "What? That's not wrong. You're wrong. You're appropriating our culture."
Yes. I'm sure there's a way of like forcing it in one way, like changing it to Canadian. And I haven't gone through it. I get it, but
so here's a funny topic. Like, I think it's funny that like we deal with so many different programs and computer programs and whatnot nowadays.
Yes.
That we truly do reach a limit of like, I've reached the limit of the care I have to figure this out.
Okay. Yes.
Like I do a lot of video editing, and like I got it enough to be like, I don't care what anybody else does. This is just the way I do it. And I'm sure there's tons of like shortcuts and stuff I'm missing and hotkeys and all that, but I'm like, I'm done.
Right.
Whereas, yeah, it's just kind of funny where, yeah, I'm sure there's a feature in Word that would be like, oh, you're Canadian here, just flip a couple tubies and you're done. But we're
100%.
like,
yeah,
I'd rather complain about it.
It does feel good to complain. I'll give you that 100%.
So
I
good.
think the era we're in now, I'm going to be an old curmudgeon for a second, is that if you buy something, then suddenly you're a professional at it.
Right. Of course. Duh.
Like, exactly. Like picking up a phone has a camera in it, so I'm a professional photographer now, by the way, because I scooed some settings, and I'm like, oh, this is super high res, and somebody said to me, wow, that's a great photo. That means I'm a pro. By the way.
Totally, yeah. I mean,
100%.
that is very much how camera stuff works. Is people, yeah, oh yeah, I have the big cinema thing. I can just charge more.
Totally. Having more professional gear just means you can charge more. But I think I saw somebody who literally like Han Solo'd. No, what am I thinking of? Where you take a little pistol and you like add a whole bunch of things to it and it becomes a rifle, And the same deal. Somebody put their iPhone in like a cradle, and that cradle was in a gimbal, and the gimbal was in like super shock mount, and it was on like, but in the end, it was still an iPhone with all these accoutrements attached to it, and it still looked great. But anybody can just hold it and generally do the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
But
The
it
devil
looked
is in the
super pro,
details.
though. Yeah. Right?
I get a lot of ads for like things you can attach to your iPhone to make it look cooler.
Well, I guess that's what I mean. That's exactly,
the lenses that you like clip on to the, like you put in a lens on a lens.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of funny. So I was like, there's like this thing where it's like a special case you put on your iPhone, and then you click on a lens. And I was like, oh, that's gross. You're putting a lens over top of another lens. That's disgusting. Who would want to do that? And then I was like, wait a minute.
What a lens is.
I'm wearing glasses.
Yes. Okay. I hear that.
Oh no, my life is a lie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But that level of being a professional at what you do, and to go back to what you were saying in regards to software, like back when I was doing Pro Tools, when I was editing and mixing a lot, like I went through certification to be a Pro Tools editor. I took online lessons. I connected with local user groups and actually like got proper certification so that I could be qualified to be a Pro Tools editor. And now, well, anybody can just download Ableton and just get good at it. As a matter of fact, get great at it.
Absolutely, yeah.
With very little effort in regards to reaching out to anybody else, right?
Right, yeah. There's so many resources now. Yeah. Like,
right.
Like I went to digital animation school. Like I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't want to say I would not recommend it.
Yeah.
But God, I'd have a hard time recommending doing that. I'd be like, just do it.
Yes.
Find out where your peers are and join up with the community and mingle, you know?
Be a single Pringle and mingle.
Single Pringle and mingle. Yeah.
You don't need professional help to do anything anymore these days. Don't hear, by the way, that's not advice you should take from us for walking away from this podcast. Danny PJ said I don't need any professional direction in the slightest bit. Win. But I think the thing you said, Danny, rings absolutely true, is just do. There was a time where I was interested in Python, and I was like, oh, well, I can go through a whole bunch of looking, or I can go through courses, or I can go through whatever, or I just went YouTube videos, copy paste. What does that do? Awesome. Now extrapolate.
Right.
Like you can learn very quick by just doing and spending time doing.
This one's venomous. This one's got one leg.
Yeah. Python.
Yeah. Python.
It's only a single leg Python.
Yeah.
But just
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a big proponent of that. I mean, not to pump up my. I'm gonna release a new YouTube video tomorrow, and I talk about like modding your guitar, and like my point of the video is like, don't just go buy expensive stuff and bolt it onto your guitar. Learn about what you need from your tool, and there's lots of cheap things you can do to a guitar. And there's a lot of times like where I'm like talking about like, okay, the first mod you do to a guitar, if you feel like you need to change the sound or whatever, is make sure it's set up and playing right. That's the first mod. And like a lot of people with guitars, they're like, oh, you shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that. Literally the whole video, I'm like, do it, break it.
Yes.
Break it. Who cares? Like, but like there's one part where I'm like, people say you shouldn't cut the nut of your guitar, which is what your strings rust into. I said, do it. Just be prepared to pay a tech to fix it if you break it. Like whatever.
Good answer.
Who cares?
What does it cost you to do that? Yeah.
And there's one point in the video where I say, if you're not happy with the sound of your pickups, you can mod the guitar pickup pretty easily. You just have to be careful and be prepared to break it. And I there's a shot where I like shove all my pickups that I've like taken apart and they're all ratty and crappy looking. It's like the graveyard of pickups I've ruined. But I don't know. That's how I've always learned, is just break stuff.
I think I love that. I love that so much. The one thing I profess at the shop, though, on just a little bit of a juxtaposition, is that the vernaculum I use is most IndyCar drivers or race car drivers have no idea what's under the hood. They just know how to race that car. They know how to drive extremely well. So what they need is a good mechanic. So if you're not up for the adventure of getting under the hood or ripping out pickups or making lots of mistakes, you'd better have a good mechanic who's your team guy, a guy to shop, a good guy who does setups or knows pickups, but have a guy in quotations, have a guy that can be your mechanic. And I think that team is perfect, you know?
Yep, I agree. Yeah,
But
I mean,
man, make mistakes. I'm a huge fan of that. Yes.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that's my problem I've always had is where I want to do it all. Whereas some guys are like, nah, I'm good. I just want to
Totally. Yeah.
rip that.
I want to pay somebody else to clean my gutters. I don't want to clean them. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'd never. Yeah. Housework. I'm paying
that.
people. We're already talking about like, at what like salary level do we need to be to like get a maid?
Oh, a maid?
Too much? Is that too much?
Well, maybe if you're going to like go down that road,
Yeah.
then you better have yourself. The problem with having a maid is that your house still needs to be like 90% clean all the time.
No.
Yeah, because
See,
if it's 100% like a tornado went through it and you need a maid to clean that, that's brutal. That my empathy goes towards the maid. But
Okay,
if you
so-
just need touch-ups, it's just like I left some beer things out. I just need the carpets cleaned. I just need like little touch-ups, like that other 10% just to get my place back to where it was. I think that's something you could do on your own that you're just consciously deciding not to do.
Man, we are split on this. So
Really? You want to run it to the ground and then call somebody to fix it.
Bless you, my son. No.
Yeah.
I want someone to do the last 10%. I
That's
can
what I
put the
mean.
dishes in the dishwasher. That's fine. I would clean up for the maid. But then
Yeah.
I want her to roll up those sleeves. I shouldn't say gendered language. It could
Yeah.
be anybody. In fact,
Sure.
a big strong man who can scrub the grout on the thing is good probably.
Yes.
But I want someone to I want to clean up to my crappy specification, and then I want you to take it a step further.
Whoa,
I want you to do
105%?
the grout. I want you to do the gross, when the bathtub fills up in the corners.
But what do you care
want
about?
all
Do you
that
care
stuff.
about that stuff?
Well,
Why would
it's
you pay for
twofold.
that stuff you don't care about?
It's twofold. It is nice when it's clean in here. You're like noticeably like, yeah, this is nice. This is a nice place.
You've been posting
And
some
second-
photos of your workspace there, and it looks rad. I'll give you that, 100%.
Right.
Very cool.
So,
Yep.
and the other thing is that we've noticed that like the cupboards in the kitchen, for example, if they're like coated in grime, they like
Yeah.
start to like the finish starts to wear on them and stuff. Like the
Sure.
cupboards are looking pretty rough. So if I have someone to just make sure we're not ruining the house that we're staying in,
Yeah.
that might be good.
Respect.
Good.
Respect.
Respect.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. I
Should
just
we
don't
wind
feel
down?
awkward. Yeah. We're done.
Let's wind down. I'm going to leave you with one question, though. You see in my my rundown there. What do you see there?
Xbox Showcase, Nintendo Direct.
No, don't worry about that. I don't care about that. Yeah.
I don't know what those are. Well, I mean, I know what those are, but I don't think I watched either of them.
Oh, so I just watched Axel F. That's upsetting. But it's okay. It was
Is it
okay.
bad?
It's okay. I watched Madam Web, and that's horrifically bad, but that's a whole other conversation for our other live stream. It's horrible.
Movie was wild.
It was so horrible. It was so horrible. It was so upsetting. We'll save that for another stream. But just watched Axel F on Netflix. I put it in Discord. It should literally be called Axel drives a whole bunch of comical vehicles while being shot at. Anyways, okay. That's not the one I really care about. I do think you should watch Axel F if you enjoyed the original Beverly Hills stuff. It's great.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to ask you this question, and then I'm going to queue up the ending here. If you had... Thanks, everybody, for joining us, by the way.
Wow, thank you.
We'll do this again. If you could have liquids come out of all 5 of your fingers. Just 5. Not all 10. Just 5 fingers. Just 5 fingers. One hand. If you could have liquids come out of any of those, what would be your 5 liquids that would be a necessity to come out of?
Wait, 5 individual liquids?
Yep, 5 individual liquids.
Okay.
Like my number 1 would obviously be Dr. Pepper. Like Dr. Pepper comes out of the thumb. There we go. But you go down the line. I want to hear your 5. fingered liquids.
Okay, so okay, all right. So if I had 5 of the items that I could survive with, then I could be good. Okay, so you got water, one of them. What a reasonable choice. Then when you go to the what do they call it? When they go to the oh my god, I'm way less cool. When you
Yes.
go to an amusement park and they got the little machine that squirts the donut stuff out and then
What?
plops it into the boiling water. Hear me out.
Yeah.
So if I had water in one, I fill up a bucket. Nice.
Yeah.
Then put that bucket on fire, boil it up. Then I plop the dough into with my other finger.
The mini donuts.
And you just think about it. You just plop the dough, but then you push the finger through. You got mini donuts. Boom, done. You're making donuts.
For those listening, Danny's putting one finger into his closed fist, and it doesn't look sexualized at all. Continue.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
So definitely donut mix. Like donut batter.
Donut mix I had not considered as a liquid.
Yeah.
It's a batter of sorts, but I
do
hear
think
you.
you need like some sort of moistener, which we always talk about.
Yes, we do.
I've decided that being a 37-year-old man, any type of pancake with like syrups and stuff hurts my tum. So I wouldn't go syrup.
Okay.
But some sort of liquid sugar would be good. Because if you need to like run away from wildlife, boom, you got donuts, water, and you got sugar for energy. Good. So
wait a
maybe
minute.
Demerara
Sugar water? Sugar water?
Sugar
Sorry.
water, sure. Yeah. Like
What
Demerara
did we learn
sugar.
from Dan? What is that? Simple
Dan.
syrup. Simple syrup.
Yeah.
Simple
Syrup. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
I'd have a simple syrup, then you'd be a blast at parties.
True. True, actually.
There's so many liquids. How many liquids? I need 2 more liquids.
2 more liquids.
I don't know. One of them's probably jizz.
Gross. Why? Oh, okay.
What if you did like spaghetti, like pre?
It's not a liquid.
I just keep thinking
That's
of
weird, but
I just.
but you could spaghetti sauce. You could do like a
Spaghetti sauce.
bolognese.
Yeah. I think I've covered it all with those 3. I think that covered the necessities with 3.
You would actually say, "Okay, hold that on the other 2. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good
I
as
guess
long as I've got water, sugar water, and donut batter coming out of these 3 fingers. I'm good for the rest of my life."
Yeah.
That's what you've narrowed down. There's no Coca-Cola. There's no Pepsi. There's no Sprite. There's no.
I mean, certainly Diet Coke would be good, but I think the obvious thing you'd put on there is gas or some sort of aerosol.
Great.
But the problem is then the government captures you and they just start milking you for gas.
You're the
And
only
I don't
guy.
want to be milked for anything,
No. What about milk?
let alone gas. Milk? Oh, wow.
If milk came out of your finger as well.
That'd be fun.
Yep. Well, it sounds like you narrowed it down. Hey, everybody, what liquids would you have coming out of your fingers?
5 liquids. 5 liquid fingers.
Liquid fingers. You can mark that off the rundown. Okay, guys.
Anyway.
We're good, dude?
So we are calling it quits.
Yeah, dude.
If you listened today, oh my God, thank you for listening to us on the podcast. If you want to continue the conversation, Discord is the place to be to continue the conversation.
Yes, that's where all the fun happens. In Discord.
In the Discord. We've been counting. Yep. That's
Nice.
it.
Retrologist.com is the place to go for if you don't know how to get to Discord, or you just want to see how you can connect with us. Retrologist.com is always the safest place to go.
It's so safe.
It's so safe. It's very safe. And maybe we're going to be in IRL where you guys are. And if you've got a Comic-Con where you're listening to and you think we'd be a good fit to come and hang out and talk on your stage with cool people, then hit us up.
You just barge into those meetings. Just barge in.
That's what we do. We bargain.
Just scream at the top of your lungs. Do you know who PJ and Danny are?
They're big deals.
Have you heard of the Retrologists?
He's got donut batter that comes out of his second finger.
He doesn't want to be milked, though. He doesn't have gas fingers. He only has the 3 fingers. Don't ask him about his gas finger.
No. The other 2 are just placeholders for all the things he can't think of in the future.
There you go.
Thanks, dude. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for all of you who are watching. Go to our Discord.
If you want to join the streams, Discord is the best place to join our streams.
And you can check us out on Twitter. You can check us out on Instagram. You can check us out on Facebook. You can go to our website, Retrologists.com. Yes, it's where you can actually check out all of our live streams when it's happening right now. You can also check out previous streams and highlights. You can also check out reviews of games that we've actually previously played and enjoyed.
What do we do?
We're two buffoons pretending to know shit about nothing.
Nice. And we just so happen to do it live on Twitch.